Protesters speaking out days before Austin City Council will vote on the purchase of Candlewood Suites, a second hotel for the homeless.
Save our community! Save our community!
Save our community!
Save our community!
Save our community!
No to Candlewood!
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 Our community!
Did they give? What is the plan? Number one. Number two, if all of our businesses are going to lose revenue, just if it's losing, is city taking responsibility that they will bridge the gap with the loss of revenue? What about the reputation in the area? I want to ask each one of you, how do you think homeless housing is an ideal location? And that's what we are asking. There's nothing against. And what study have you done? To my knowledge, San Francisco did the same thing last couple of years, and they came out and said they completely failed. Homeless housing does not work in hotels. They need more care. They need more social services. They need help. Which one of us is certified to give that kind of help? I run a business. I am not apt to give social services. Freda owns a restaurant. She's not apt to give those services. The residents around are not apt, capable of giving those services. So how are we helping? Whom are we helping? I want to know. And that city needs to come out to me. Confusion, yes. So yesterday's newspaper, I don't have it in my hand, but I'll be happy to share. Yesterday, some newspaper took a picture of Hampton Inn and said this hotel is proposed for homeless housing. Is that really what is the city's plan for our businesses? We've been here for long enough. We are opening another hotel next month. What is the city's plan to protect our employees, our guests, our residents? What safety and security? Just housing one cost is not the solution. We need to know more.
At any point did the city come to y'all and ask?
No, we were not. In fact, the way city did it is randomly. We picked it up on January 25th, Austin Statesman's newspaper. Thanks for that, because we found out that day that they were even voting on Wednesday. That was the very first time that we heard. Actually, Williamson County does not know either about this. We reached out to Williamson County how they were okay with this, and they did not have any clue about this. They found out on Tuesday, and this is from Commissioner Cynthia Long. She came out and told me she had no clue either about this. So county does not know, community does not know, businesses don't know. So who really knows? Just Mayor Adler and the council members, and to my knowledge, Mackenzie Kelly also didn't have a fair idea about this.
You know, being in the hotel industry, knowing how hotels work, how will a hotel house homeless people, and how will that, function? How will that look like?
I want to ask each one of you which one is going to go pick a hotel. My hotel is not the only hotel in the area. There are a lot of other options. So are you going to feel safe? Are you going to walk to Freda's? Are you going to feel safe parking your car there where there is always a chance of, and I'm not criminalizing homeless people, please do understand we support the community. We want to do what is best for the community. What we are asking, but they do have issues. And we are not capable to help and handle those situations is what our message is. We are not criminalizing people. We are not dehumanizing anybody. Everybody has unfortunately been dealt with the cards, and we want to help the society as good citizens. But hurting one section does not mean to hurt the others who pay the taxes, who are law-abiding citizens. That's no good to anybody. So our message is very clear. To help few, don't hurt many. We believe in the system. We believe in democracy. We believe in our voices. So please help us. Thank you.
Council will vote whether to move forward with the purchase of Candlewood Suites, a second hotel to house the homeless, this one near Lakeline Mall. However, there is outcry from the community around the hotel.
This morning we have people who live in the neighborhood who are are upset about the city's purchase of this hotel to be used for permanent supportive housing. There's a lot of misconceptions about what's going on and misinformation, and not a lot of information coming from the city on what the plans are to be used for this hotel.
From the city side, what are the plans? What will be used, and how does that look?
So there's a difference between a homeless shelter and permanent supportive housing. This hotel in particular, to my knowledge, will be used for permanent supportive housing for individuals experiencing homelessness that are disabled. And in that regard, there will be controlled access to the hotel. There will be a front desk operator, security, and fencing along the property.
Do you think this will be safe for the community? What are your thoughts?
I think that there's a lot of discussion surrounding that, but we also need to consider the safety of the people who will live in the hotel as well. So all around, the sheltered and unsheltered need to be safe, and that's something that I'll work with the city to ensure.
And kind of how will you have those conversations? What will those conversations look like? Are you kind of coming up with ideas, or?
So I had stated at the last city council meeting that we would have a town hall about the subject. Our first town hall is scheduled for Wednesday at 6:30. That's just before the council meeting. However, we will have stakeholders from the city, including our homeless strategy officer, who will be there to explain what the plan is. And I encourage the community to also attend.
And being out here this week, you met with community members and talked with them. What are you hearing as their biggest concern, and kind of how are you addressing that?
It's not knowing what the plan is. It's not knowing what the city's plans were. And as a new city council member, it's my duty to find out what that plan is and convey it to the community. People who are upset about it or not upset. Everybody deserves the right to transparency in government, and this is how it starts.
What are your, obviously you're new to the council, congratulations. Homeless has been a big issue with us, in the city, obviously, for many years, and it's just growing. What is your proposal when you go to head to the city council? What's your thoughts? What are you going to bring to the table to make change for this?
So that's a really loaded question. There are a lot of different things that we can do. I'm not sure if you know about our HEAL initiative that we proposed. There are different strategies we can take to help end homelessness. This is just one piece of the puzzle here at Purchase City.
Ends up, going through working, becoming a success story. How will the purchase of more hotels, if they are purchased throughout the city, that look like?
What I'd like to do is champion this if it does go through and ensure future success with other hotel purchases. It's just a matter of seeing what that looks like and working with city staff to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, because homelessness is a complicated issue.
I just homelessness is a complicated issue. There's many things rooted in it in itself. Is this kind of a stepping stone on addressing multiple issues that are homelessness?
I'm not sure that buying hotels is a sustainable option to end homelessness in Austin, but we need to look at the 30,000 people, and we really need to take a look at things that we can do that are economical and transparent with the community. We need a plan with benchmarks, and we need to make sure that we have community buy-in, because at the end of the day, we're elected officials, and we should be held accountable by the people who elected us. Yeah? Okay. Thanks. I had somebody who was a lot more aggressive.
Is located in Northwest Austin, next to other businesses, including a restaurant. The owner of Freda Seafood Grill says she'll have to consider relocating her business after 18 years if this deal goes through.
I'm scared. A lot of my customers already told me they're not coming because the homeless they're scared because I have a lot of older guests coming to my restaurant.
Candlewood Suites currently shares a parking lot with another hotel. Hampton Inn Suites can't even imagine what this will do for their business.
If all of our businesses are going to lose revenue, just if it's losing, is city taking responsibility that they will bridge the gap with the loss of revenue?
Residents in a nearby neighborhood want to know why Austin City Council chose this hotel. They say housing the homeless in this hotel is unsafe for the community.
There are houses all around here and people love to walk their dogs, ride bikes with their children, and they're not going to be able to do that safely.
Mackenzie Kelly, District 6 Austin City Council member, admits the city hasn't been transparent about this purchase.
This hotel in particular, to my knowledge, will be used for permanent supportive housing for individuals experiencing homelessness that are disabled. And in that regard, there will be controlled access to the hotel. There will be a front desk operator, security, and fencing along the property.
Kelly says there will be a town hall on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. to discuss the purchase of the hotel.
Has been no communication with the city or anyone saying that this hotel is going to become a shelter for those experiencing homelessness. Now they say it's going to cause problems for those here in the community. Outside the Candlewood Suites on Sunday, community members voicing their displeasure with the hotel being bought to house the homeless.
There are hotels all over Austin that would be perfect, and they'll cost a fraction of what this one will. And you can put the homeless there, and they're not going to bother anybody in a nice residential neighborhood.
Some residents like Kayla Walter say she's not against finding shelters and resources for those who find themselves in a tough time.
We don't deal with the root issues for these people and come alongside them and help them. There won't be a solution.
But says the Candlewood Suites is not the first step in helping.
This is not the right place. But there's got to be a right place, but this is not it. This is not safe for our community.
Safety was one of the main concerns for many who came out on Sunday.
So what ultimately would happen if you place a bunch of people here and there's no leadership, there's no assistance programs to help them, what ultimately will happen is this will become a drug-infested building with prostitution.
But you're going to be walking right by our neighborhood where they drop the kids off for school, they pick the kids up in the morning for school. What if there's a pedophile in this group? I mean, that's not a good formula.
City Council District 6 Representative Mackenzie Kelly says there are a lot of misconceptions about the hotel. She says it will be classified as permanent supportive housing for those who are homeless and disabled, not as a homeless shelter.
There will be controlled access to the hotel. There will be a front desk operator, security, and fencing along the property.
Saying safety is always a priority.
So all around, the sheltered and unsheltered need to be safe, and that's something that I'll work with the city to ensure.
However, for those living and working nearby, they say the benefits don't outweigh the risk.
So our message is very clear. To help few, don't hurt many.
Since Friday, there has been a petition